This next question says your director sounds like a terrible person. Plus an awful director.
Do you have any stories about a terrible rehearsal?
Yeah, I think everybody has the terrible rehearsal. For one of the shows I was working on, I had a director that was trying to get me to, like, actually fight people and, like, slap people around. And I'm sorry, I take kickboxing, but I don't like to beat people up if they haven't done anything wrong.
Tell us about some of your bad rehearsals.
Terrible rehearsals? Most of my terrible experiences in theater I've done my best to remove from memory, so I don't actually remember a lot of them.
Definitely the most frustrating rehearsal I think I've ever experienced and probably ever will experience was a show called Blast from the Past. And I'm not going to say where it was done or directors or anything like that, but the director that was working on the show was very specific and very detailed, wanted it done a specific way, specific place.
And so she got like this big like linebacker size guy, and again 5 feet tall. I'm not gonna be able to tackle anybody. She's like, don't let her move. Whatever you do, hold her down. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I can get out of this, no problem. No, it was really painful. I had like bruises all over my arm. I was like all scratched up, and the way it ended was me going, I just don't like this anymore. I don't understand the purpose. And she's like, that's the energy that I want for the end of that scene. I was like, could we have just gotten there without being tortured by this guy?
Did you have electric shock therapy to remove it from your memory?
Yes, there was a musical number about it and everything. It was really cool.
Oh, fantastic.
My daughter was tripping out on drugs at the same time.
Well, you know.
Can you perform it for us?
I cannot actually.
The director had a spouse working with him, and they would get into little marital spats during rehearsal. And this is towards the end of the evening. I'm extremely exhausted, and all I can think of is, take care of this at home. I want to leave. You're wasting my time. I'm done with this. This is not professional.
What are some of the worst things that have happened to you during performances?
During performances,
I had a fever once while I was supposed to be doing this like really intense scene, and I guess it actually worked in my benefit because I was crying the entire time because I just wanted to go home, and I was getting strep throat, and so I was like hysterical the whole day, and I kept going, I don't understand why I don't feel well and why it's so hot. And I went through the whole day filming and crying, and that was a really painful experience. I got in the car and drove home, and I was like, Mom, why do I feel this way? She's like, you have a fever.
In Bye Bye Birdie, I was working crew backstage, and we had this desk that was possibly the crappiest desk ever built. Like, IKEA made this desk look good. No, I'm sorry, made this desk look bad. This desk made IKEA look good. You know what I mean. Anyways.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
We like IKEA. You're sitting on an IKEA chair right now.
Can I stand?
Lights come on. They yell. Well, actually, they don't yell. They have to be quiet right before roll. But they go 3, 2... and it's me on stage. I run out on stage, and this is a scene, a dialogue between two people. Thunder's going on, lights are on me, everyone else is in the shadows, and I'm on stage by myself with no co-star, no actor to run off lines with. So I literally stand on stage for a good 15, 20 seconds of absolute silence, not knowing how to get myself out of the situation. I have about 10 other fellow actors on stage who are just speechless, stunned. They're not helping me at all by doing anything. They feel like it's a lost cause. It's all on me. So I have to jump lines throughout the scene to a line that can be done by myself, and I just start saying a couple of those lines that would make sense because I'm alone. But after I've exhausted that, I had nowhere else to go. But right as that happened, right as I was completely out of ideas, my co-star just walks on.
This table, we had it piled high with various props and whatnots, and so we were carrying it off stage, and one of the legs collapsed out from under it during a performance, made the huge noise, and I may or may not have said inappropriate words rather loudly backstage. Also, during the same show, we had a lamppost that had 5 globes on top that the lights were inside of, and they weren't actually attached to the lamppost, and we had to move it on and off stage, so every night the globes would fall off, and if they hit the ground they made the biggest noise. Although, there was one really cool time. 2 of them fell off, and I caught one and then kicked the other to my friend who was standing right there, and neither one of them hit the ground.
That is badass.
Darn right it was.